Josiah is originally from Tennessee, and he completed a Bachelor's of Science in Biochemistry and Cellular and Molecular Biology at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville before coming to UIC to complete our PharmD program. Josiah is just a few months from graduating, and as a P4, he experienced the transition to virtual courses last spring at the end of his P3 year, and then he started his advanced practice clerkships over the summer. And in those courses, those advanced practice experiences, both summer and up till now, obviously he's been impacted by the pandemic. And for those reasons, I thought Josiah would be excellent as part of this program. And I already said, Josiah is a fantastic student. I think he's destined to be a leader in the profession. Academically, he's at the top of the class. He's been on the dean's list, that's my list, every semester. Every semester that he's been here. He's president of the student chapter of the Illinois Society of Health System Pharmacists. He's very active in other student and professional organizations. He's led and participated in many different community service projects. He's worked as a student pharmacist at both Walgreens and Rush University Medical Center, and he's won numerous awards. He's been involved in research projects, and he's actually authored over 6 different publications as a student. And one of those publications was a first-person essay of his experience during the pandemic. That was published in The Pharmacist, our College of Pharmacy magazine, in the most recent issue. I hope that you had a chance to see that issue and to read Josiah's essay. So Josiah, you were in the middle of the spring semester of your P3 year when the pandemic hit. All of your classes went virtual right after spring break. Can you share with us what that was like, both from your own personal perspective and what you heard among your classmates?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. But yeah, it was a difficult switch at first. Being in the final semester of our didactics, there was a lot of stuff we were looking forward to as P3s. One of those things was our trolley ride with Dean Schumock. That's an annual tradition for the P3s. And just our last day of school together on campus, so all those things that we looked forward to kind of all abruptly vanished with the pandemic hitting. But, it did give us an opportunity to get accustomed to a new learning platform. It was difficult being confined to home, but and separated from that buzz of campus we were all used to. But, I think the college definitely prepared us well to handle all those challenges and do the transition successfully.
Yeah, I gotta say, one of the saddest parts of the pandemic and the switch to all online really was the fact that we had to change a lot of our routine or traditional student events, like Josiah mentioned, and even our graduation ceremony was heartbreaking in some ways. But Josiah, I'm glad to hear that you got through it and managed well. So after the spring semester, you moved right into your clerkship rotations as a P4 student. Mm-hmm. You had, I think you've done almost all of your rotations up till the ones that you have left might be 3 or so. Can you tell us about the rotations and how the experience maybe was altered as a result of the pandemic?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first 4 modules, which is our 6-week advanced experiences, were all in direct patient care settings. So I completed those 4, and I'm currently on my academia rotation here at the college. So my first rotation was at Genoa Healthcare Pharmacy, which is a retail pharmacy that's located inside an Oak Street Health Clinic in Brighton Park. And this was a rotation that was focused in geriatrics in an underserved community. So the first couple of weeks with COVID, we weren't actually on site every day. It was kind of a mix being on site and working from home. And it was me and another classmate. But by the 3rd week, all of our duties kind of shifted to being on site, even though we were still conducting all the patient encounters virtually at distance. So we were using the telephone and interpreter services in a majority Spanish-speaking patient population. So we were using the translator and apps like Doximity to conduct counseling and teaching. It was a really good experience. In module 2, I did move on to an ICU at Cook County. And so they're actually participated in the care of COVID positive patients. So that was a unique experience and pretty rewarding. And on that site day, I was working about 9 to 10 hours every day. So that was awesome, but also tiring. In module 3 and 4, I had 2 ambulatory care blocks, one at Northwestern and one at UI Health. In both of those, I did another hybrid model where I was working mostly on site, but a little bit at distance as well, conducting those patient interviews and encounters.
Wow. Well, thanks for that. It sounds like, I mean, in some ways your experience was improved. You got to see some new platforms and new ways of providing care, but you also got a lot of hands-on and in-person experience as well.
Absolutely.
So I know you're planning to do a PGY1 residency after you graduate. Can you tell us more about your career plans, and did your experience over the last 10 months with the pandemic alter or reinforce those plans at all?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the pandemic undoubtedly reinforced my desire to be involved in patient care. I think over the last 10 months, whatever environment I stepped into, I saw the pharmacist stepping up to make sure we had patient care delivered. And so whether that was on rotation or at Rush, you know, I was able to see a lot of interprofessional collaboration. Most recently with the COVID vaccine clinics, which I've been able to participate in. And that's just been something so rewarding to be a part of. But I think, you know, those experiences furthered my own passion to continue learning and continue problem solving. And so I think residency training is the perfect venue to do that. So I'm excited to continue that.
I'm sure you'll be very successful. So in the last few minutes, maybe you could just give us a little bit of overview of your experience at UIC College of Pharmacy and how you feel that prepared you for your career and to graduate, obviously, in May.
Sure. And I've been thinking about this, and if I had to pick one phrase, I think, to describe my feelings toward UIC, it would be worth every penny. I think with graduation kind of coming up, I think the college has well prepared me for that next phase, and the quality of the curriculum has been top notch, and even more so the faculty. And I'm just really grateful for the network that I've built here over the last 4 years. And I think that UIC was the perfect fit for me. It actually was the only program I applied to for pharmacy school. And I knew it would be the perfect fit after that one visit on campus. So 4 years later, I can say that that was still a good decision. So.
Well, thank you so much, Josiah, for sharing with us.